All right, just one last little bit for today. We're going to multiply a matrix by its inverse. So we're going to find J inverse first, which we already did above. If you noticed, you already have J inverse in the above problems above, but might as well do it again. All right, so to find J inverse, we do the A times D minus B times C. So we've got negative 3 times negative 1, and that's 3. And then we're going to do minus, then we do 5 times 2, that's 10. We get negative 7. So then the number in front of that matrix, so first off, let's write my J matrix. So my J matrix is negative 3, 5, 2, negative 1. Beautiful. All right, and then I'm going to multiply it by, and then I've got to do 1 over this number, so 1 over negative 7. Some of you might have noticed that the negative generally goes on top. If you move it there, great. If not, that's okay too, because of how we're going to be using it. Then remember, I've got to change this matrix, so I flip these two, and then I change the sign of these two. So then this becomes negative 1, negative 3, negative 5, and negative 2. All right, what we're going to do first now is I'm going to pull the negative 1 over 7 in front. I can pull it in front because it is a scalar, so it doesn't matter when I multiply by it. So I'm not going to actually physically pull it in front. Actually, let's do that. So I'm going to rewrite it so it's in front. It doesn't actually matter where it goes, just I need to remember to multiply by it at some point. Okay, now we need to remember how to multiply matrices. So remember, you always do row by column. So first row, first column gets me my first box. I'm actually going to change those to green so that it's a different color. So I've got negative 3 times negative 1, that's 3. And then 5 times negative 2, that's negative 10. So this becomes negative 7. Interesting. All right, and then I'm going to do first row times second column for my next number. So I do negative 3 times negative 5, that's 15. Then 5 times negative 3, that's negative 15. Well, 15 minus 15 is 0. Cool. Oh, I made a tiny error. Here, I gotta move something. Gotta move all of that over just a tad. So I can remember to put the 1/7 in front. Yeah, I forgot the negative 1/7. Sorry, guys. All right. Now to find the second row, I'm going to do the second row times the first column. So 2 times negative 1, that's negative 2. Then I've got negative 1 times negative 2. Well, that's positive 2. Well, negative 2 plus 2 is just 0. These are turning out nicely. All right, and then this last one is going to be 2 times negative 3. Well, that's negative 6. Or no, I lied. We've got to do 2 times negative 5. Row by column. Remember, I made a mistake. So we've got 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. And negative 1 times negative 3, and that's positive 3. So this becomes negative 7. So some of you might have noticed what happens when we multiply through. So if we do negative 1/7 times negative 7, I get 1. Then negative 1/7 times 0 is 0. Negative 1/7 times 0 is 0. And negative 1/7 times negative 7 is 1. So I end up with my identity matrix when I multiply a matrix by its inverse. That's kind of cool. All right, so now I want you to go ahead and find out what happens when you multiply this matrix by its inverse, and what happens when you multiply this matrix by its inverse, and what happens when you multiply this matrix by its inverse. You should hopefully discover a pattern. You'll discover a pattern. I'm not even concerned. Then go ahead and write your recap, and you are done for today.